Today we're going to be talking about mathematical modeling, basic mathematical models, of course. And in basic mathematical models, what you're going to be doing is that you'll be given a figure and you'll be writing that figure in some multiple of numbers, prescribed numbers that will be given to you in a question. And these numbers, or these prescribed numbers, when you sum all of them up, you're supposed to get an original figure that will be given to you in a question. Let us take an example to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Mr. Dramani's net worth as of 2024 was $93,428,530. Form mathematical model for $93,428,530 in tens, fifties, hundreds, 500s, thousands, and 100,000s, right? So to model this figure, we have many ways of doing this, but we're going to look at one of the easier ways. Basically, we're going to write out the figure first, which is 9, 3, 4, 2, 8, 5, 3, 0, right? And what we're going to do is try to expand this figure that we have here, because we want to write this number in multiples of the figures that we have here, right? And in our multiples, we should see the tens, the 50s, the hundreds, the 500, thousands, 100,000. Now, whether it appears once or more than once in your example, no problem, but you have to try that you have these numbers in your multiplication. And after the expansion, when you sum up all the terms, you're supposed to get the original figure that was given to you in a question. So let us try to do the expansion. And the highest figure that we have here is the 100,000, right? So we're going to have 9, 3, and then I write the rest of these figures. Then after the 93 million, I want to write the rest of the figures as well, zeros. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now, after the 3, the next figure that we have here is what? 4. So we're going to write out 4. And after the 4, the rest of the digits, or the numbers that come after the 4, we're going to write them as zeros. So how many zeros are we going to have? Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after the 4, what is next? We have 2, right? So 2. Right after the 2, the rest of the digits that are following, we're going to write them as what? Zeros. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to write 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. After the 2, what is next? We have 8. So my 8, write it here. And after the 8, the rest of the digits which follows are 1, 2, 3. So we're going to write them as zeros. 1, 2, 3. Okay. After the 8, the next digit is what? 5, 5. Then how many digits follows? 2 zeros, right? 1, 2. And after the 5, the next digit is 3, 3. And we have 0. But looking at our question, the highest thing was 100,000, and the least was what? In tens, right? So the 30 is in tens, because the 0, look, the position of the 0 is units, and the 3 is tens, right? So we can stop here, since our least multiplication is going to be in what? Tens, right? Okay. And next, what I'm going to do is try to write this one in the highest multiple that we have in the question, which is 100,000. Okay, so I have 100, thousands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 100,000, right? So I want a number that I will multiply by 100,000 to get 93 million. So actually it is just going to be 930, right? So 930. So if I multiply this by 930, I'm going to get what we have here, right? Plus the next, after the 100,000s, we have what? Thousands. So when I come here, I need 1,000, right? But I'm looking for a number that I can multiply by 1,000 to get what? 400,000. So basically that is going to be what? 400, isn't it? 400. Okay, so after that we have this, and right after the thousands, the next is what? 500. So I'm looking for a number that I can multiply by the 500 to get what? 20,000. And that is what? 40. 4, 5, 20, 20, then the 3 zeros, 20,000. And after that, after the 500, the next one is what? Hundreds. So I have my 100 here. Okay, then I look for what I can multiply by 100 to get what? 8,000. That is what? 80. 80. 80. Right after the 100, the next one is 50s, right? So the 50s, 50s, 50s. 50s. What can I multiply by 50 to get 500? That is what? 10. 10, then plus the least multiplication is what? Tens. So I write my 10 here, and then what number can I multiply by 10 to get 30? That's what? 3. So expanding the number, expanding the figure this way, expanding this figure this way before trying to write them in the multiple of 10s, 50s, 100s, 500,000s, and 100,000. Everything becomes very easy, right? But you realize that when you sum up these 10s, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're gonna get a what? The original figure that was given to you in the question. And whenever you multiply these numbers to by the the thousands, the 100,000, the 500, you're gonna get the ones on top. So if you multiply 100,000 by 930, you're gonna get 93 million. If you multiply 1,000 by the 400, you're gonna get 40,000. If you multiply 500 by 40, you're gonna get 20,000. Sorry, here's 400,000, right? So here you multiply 500 by 40, you're gonna get 20,000. You multiply 100 by 80, you're gonna get 8,000. And 50 by 10, you get 500. 10 by 3, you get what? 30. And basically, that is what you are in need of. You're done modeling the figure in the multiple of 10s, 50s, 100s, 500s, thousands, and hundreds of thousands. That's all.